Hayes got the green light. He swings and torches one to dead center field.
Swung on line to left center field. That's a base hit. 2 runs will score.
Ground ball up the box. Tucker dives, spins around from his knees. What a play by Cole Tucker. The 2-0 grounded down the third base side. Diving stop by Hayes. Gets to his feet, throws across. He got him.
He delivers. Breaking ball right down the middle. Strike 3 called. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Swung on, ground ball, base hit right field. This game is over, and the Indians win again. Will Craig is fouled out, struck out, and grounded out. The pitch to him. Swung on, there she goes, deep to left field. That ball's way back, and that ball is gone. It's a game-winning home run. Indianapolis Indians baseball, the lights are on at this beautiful downtown ballpark at the corner of West and Maryland. And Johnny Field will lead things off for the Durham Bulls. Right-hand batter, hitting .250 in the series, 2 for 8. Had both those hits in game 1. And Gope at third, even with the bag and close to it. Kingham winds. The first pitch of the game is up and in, ball 1. Our game time temperature, 77 degrees. We're underway from Victory Field in the capital city. The wind is calm, the skies are clear. Here's a foul to the right side out of play. A ball and a strike. Defensively for the Indians, Edwin Espinal playing first, Eric Weiss at second, Kevin Newman the shortstop, and Gift and Gope at third base. Kingham delivers. Outside ball 2. He's been up with his pitches here in the early going, the first 3 he's thrown. Anderson Feliz in left, Danny Ortiz in center, Joey Turdoslavich in right. Jacob Stallings catching, Nick Kingham pitching, he delivers. And a swing and a miss. At an off-speed pitch, strike 2, 2-2. Daniel Robertson on deck. Field steps out of the box momentarily, now gets back in. Kingham winds and delivers. Swung on, hit foul, right side out of play. And it holds 2-2. Right now, the radar gun is not working. That may change shortly, but it's not on here in the early going. Ortiz in center, shaded to right center. And again, the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, he popped it up. Near second base, Eric Weiss on the infield dirt. Makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Daniel Robertson. Right-hand batting third baseman. He has gone 0 for 7 thus far in this series. Durham has changed catchers tonight. Michael McHenry catching for the Durham Bulls. And a fastball fouled back on the screen, strike 1, 0-1. Justin O'Connor, Indianapolis native, caught the first 2 games of the series for the Bulls. We've also changed second baseman, Jake Hager playing second base. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Low outside breaking ball, 0-2.
You talk about the difference in travel days, Howard. What a difference a couple of minutes can make. The Bulls, by all accounts, only left about 15 or 20 minutes after we did. Indians got in about 8:30 this morning.
And a breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
But Durham getting in here later this morning at 10:45, about 2 hours after the Indians did. So maybe some sluggish Durham Bulls batters to start the ball game. Both teams optional BP. Well, actually, Durham didn't take BP. Indians had optional.
And the batter, Willie Adames, 2 men out, bases empty. Adames hitting .286, 2 for 7. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. The Indians straight away in the infield. Outfielders around to the right. Kingham delivers. Fastball a little bit low, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jake Bauers on deck. Kingham likes to work quickly. He kicks and pitches. Swing and a miss. Good knee-high fastball. I would say that's probably about 93 miles an hour. That's where his fastball usually sits. And he comes over the head, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on line, base hit center field over the leaping second baseman Eric Weiss. A fastball that was up.
Well, Weiss ended up getting a lot closer to this baseball than I originally thought off the bat. I thought that was cleanly into center field, but Eric, to his credit, almost acrobatically made this grab. He extended himself out into shallow right center, and boy, that ball had to be less than a foot from his glove.
Appeared to be a rising line drive, and it's a 2-out single for Adames, and now the dangerous Jake Bauers, who belted a home run off Tyler Glasnow last night, and a changeup is over the outside corner for a strike. First pitch he saw from Glasnow, he turned one around, a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and he also singled in the other Durham run. Kingham delivers. Inside a ball. That doesn't mean you don't throw many fastballs. It just means you're careful with the location. But Nick's starting him off with a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jake Bauers, who has bat speed, hitting .571, 4 for 7 in the series. He swings, hits it in the air, foul left side, and that'll carry out of play. And that was an off-speed pitch away, and Bauers adjusted and tried to go the other way. And the count is 1-2. And again, Kingham with the stretch. We have no score, top of the first. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. The bat slips out of his hands and goes flying in foul territory near the mound of the visitors' bullpen. And Kingham got him with the off-speed stuff. Side retired at the end of a half inning. Durham nothing. The Indians coming to bat.
Bert Smith onto the hill for Durham as we go bottom 1. Nick Kingham, a very good top of the first inning. Willie Adames, a line drive single, but other than that, a weak pop-up and 2 strikeouts. Nick even got Jake Bauers, who dominated the Indians last night, to strike out, and he threw his bat nearly into the Durham bullpen trying to reach the changeup. Smith, though, in 3 starts in the regular season with Durham, allowed just 3 runs in 16 1/3 innings against Gwinnett twice and Norfolk once. But he's missed the last couple of years with Tommy John. He hasn't pitched regularly since the 2013 season when he was a member of the Padres organization, the team that drafted him in the 14th round back in 2011.
And he has a good arm. Kevin Newman leads off against the right-hander, who winds and pitches. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. Newman, 1 for 6 thus far, batting .167 in the series. The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 1. Robertson at third was even with the bag. Now he backs up a step. The Durham infield straight up. The outfielders around to the right, and field and center is very shallow. And a breaking ball grounded slowly along the third base line, but it rolls foul. Jake Bauer playing first. Jake Hager at second. Willie Adames, the shortstop. Daniel Robertson at third base. Taylor Featherston in left, Johnny Field in center, Patrick Leonard in right. The former Pirate, Michael McHenry, catching. And on the hill, as we said, Birch Smith. So he and Nick Kingham, the Indians pitcher, both been missing almost 2 years due to Tommy John surgery. The 1-2 breaking ball, a little bit outside, ball 2. Eric Weiss on deck. The Bulls and Indians scoreless in the bottom of the first. Smith winds and delivers. And a fastball is a little bit low, ball 3. And now the gun worked after that pitch, 94 miles an hour. Full count on Newman, and the payoff pitch. Swung on, line foul, right side out of play. Another fastball, and it holds at 3-2. Winds are calm tonight, a beautiful day in central Indiana. 77 degrees. Clear skies, low humidity, and again the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Just got a piece of it. Check swing. And it holds 3-2. So Newman has fouled off 2 3-2 fastballs.
That dinged McHenry, went right back and hit him in the mask. And he jokingly threw to first base and then shook his head out, but he's okay. But a good at bat here by Newman, regardless of the outcome, to start the ball game.
Battling. And again, Smith winds and delivers. And he misses way inside. In fact, he hit him. He hit him, and he went to a changeup, 3-2. Why he would do that is very surprising. He was late on the fastball, and he went to a changeup, 3-2, and hit him with a pitch ball. Would have been ball 4.
Now the 8th pitch of the at bat hit him. Look right in the tricep. He's got some protective gear. Hit him on the elbow, but he's got that protective gear on the elbow.
Well, you really question that pitch selection. It's a break for the Indians. The batter is Eric Weiss, hitting .250, 2-4-8 in the series. And another changeup is high and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. As we mentioned, Smith's got a good fastball, and usually when you do have one early in the game, that's your bread and butter. Newman leads away. He has a lengthy lead. Quick throw over, not in time. The Indians and Bulls scoreless in the bottom of the first. Newman again with that lengthy lead. Smith with a stretch. He delivers. And that's low and outside. And that is ball 2, 2-0. Robertson at third and on the grass. A leadoff walk. Oh, would have been a walk, but it's a hit batsman. Throw over, not in time. Two balls, no strikes on Weiss. Joey Turdosovich on deck. Smith looks in. Throw over again. That time it was closer, but not in time.
You can kind of tell just by his body language, Birch Smith doesn't appear to be too comfy out there on the mound.
Well, I just thought he'd come out here going after hitters, and he threw a 3-2 changeup. He started Weiss off with a changeup, and this off-speed pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. Really surprising that he's throwing so many secondary pitches this early. Newman leads away. You throw those secondary pitches. They're good pitches to try to steal a base on. The right-hander sets, and the pitch is way high, and he missed with a fastball there. And the count is 3-1. And as you said, Smith doesn't seem right. I don't know how comfortable he is, but let's see if the Indians can capitalize. Newman could take off 3-1. He leads. He goes. And the pitch is in there. Strike two. The throw to second, and they got him easily. McHenry to Adames, 2-6. Weiss took a pitch right down the middle. And here's a man who is having trouble throwing strikes and has not earned an out, but he's gotten one.
A great throw by McHenry. Put it right on the money for that tag to be applied right on the thigh of Kevin Newman.
If you're Eric Weiss in that situation, you can't take a pitch right down the middle with a runner going. And the pitch swing and a miss at a low inside breaking ball, one that was in the dirt. And McHenry tags him out. And there are two away. That would have been ball four. Here's Joey Turdoslavich hitting .277 during the regular season. In this series, he's hitting .286, 2 for 7. One of those hits a home run, batting right-handed. And a fastball is a little bit low. Ball one ball, no strikes. Smith winds and delivers. Outside and high, and that's a changeup that missed. Ball 2-0. Danny Ortiz on deck, and they're overshifted on Turdoslavich. Here's a swing and a foul back out of play from the fastball. 2-1. Three infielders on the first base side of second, with the second baseman Hager back on the outfield grass. Bulls and Indians scoreless, bottom half of inning one. 2 men out, nobody on. 2-1 pitch. Low and inside, ball 3, 3-1. Smith does not have fastball command here in the early going. He winds and delivers. And a swing and a ground ball foul for strike two outside of first. That fastball was over the plate. Scranton and Lehigh Valley just getting underway. They had a brief rain delay at the outset. What a game they had last night, and Lehigh Valley won it in 12 innings to take a 1-0 lead. The payoff pitch. Swing and a foul. Just got a piece of another changeup, and that too got McHenry. Boy, he's taking a beating. Turdoslavich out in front, and McHenry shaking up trying to walk it off.
Well, I guess his consolation prize is he did throw out Kevin Newman trying to steal second, but on a foul ball by Newman, he got hit in the mask. And right there, he got hit in a spot that you don't want to get hit in. And McHenry walking all the way out to the mound, now walking back. Seems to be okay, but boy, getting roughed up in the early going here. Turdoslavich hands him his helmet and his mask as he walks back towards home plate.
So the count is full. It is the third straight 3-2 count that Smith has had. 2 men out, nobody on, but as Andrew said, he threw out. He came through when he had to. He threw out with a great throw, nailing Newman. And again, we'll have the 3-2 pitch. Outside with a fastball, ball 4, and a walk to Turdoslavich. So he has hit a batter, walked a batter, and threw a 3-2 breaking pitch to Weiss that was way inside and low that Weiss struck out for strike 3, and that's one of his outs. The other out was the caught stealing. Here's Danny Ortiz. Ortiz, a left-hand batter, has gone 1 for 6 thus far in this series. The right-hander's pitch. And a slow curve is a good one. Knee-high inside corner, strike 1, 0-1. Bulls and Indians scoreless. Been a lengthy bottom of the first. All the pitches Smith has thrown. Turdoslavich leads away. Time is called. Scranton's already scored a run, top first. Game 2 there, they were rained out on Wednesday. 0-1 delivery. Swung on, he jammed him, he fouled it back out of play. In the stands, left of the plate, good pitch in on his hands. Strike 2.
That fastball at 89 miles an hour. And Smith maybe taking a few miles per hour off to try to get a little bit more command with it.
He has hit 93, 94 with it.
He's already up to 23 pitches this inning, and he's been 50-50 as far as balls and strikes go.
And again, the right-hander stretches. Terdosevich leads. And the pitch is high, and that's a ball. 1-2 on left-hand batting, Danny Ortiz.
"12 strikes, 12 balls now for Bert Smith. And, you know, the Indians, they've tried but haven't been successful the first 2 games to get into that Durham bullpen. They're a little bit thin. They lost 2 key contributors the day before this series started to big league call-ups.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slow curve, and he got him. Strike 3 called over the outside corner at the knees. The inning is over, and at the end of 1, Durham nothing, Tribe nothing. He'll be followed by Shane Peterson and Taylor Featherston. Patrick Leonard, a right-hand batter and a good one. So far in this series, he's gone 3 for 9 with a double and an RBI. Right-hand batter facing right-hander Nick Kingham. And a slow curve is in for a strike, 0-1. The Indians are straight away defensively. The 0-1 delivery. Fastball over the inside corner, belt high, strike 2. Kingham looks into his catcher Stallings, and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a low outside breaking ball, strike 3, 1 in the dirt, and Stallings tags him out. 1 away, and now Shane Peterson. That is Nick Kingham's 3rd strikeout. Peterson 1 for 6 in the series with an RBI. Left-hand batter. Kingham delivers. Fastball lifted high in the air to left center field. Ortiz and Feliz. It's the left fielder Feliz who has it. And they're at 2 away.
Well, you would love a quick 1-2-3 inning if you're Nick Kingham, because remember, Bert Smith, he labored through that first inning. He threw nearly 30 pitches, and they were high-stress pitches, the majority of them. Struggled with his command, so if you can set the Bulls down 1-2-3 and push Smith back on the mound, that would be the ideal scenario here.
Here's Taylor Featherston. Right-hand batter, 2 outs, nobody on. Fastball low inside, ball 1. Featherston batting 167 in the series, 1 for 6, 2 runs batted in. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball fouled back out of play, 1-1. Scranton has scored a 2nd run, still batting top of the 1st in Allentown. So they got everything backed up a day there since they were rained out on Wednesday. Kingham's pitch, change up, swing and a miss. You're seeing a game in which both pitchers going to a lot of off-speed stuff very early, and you usually don't see that. Both these guys have good arms, have power fastballs. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, low and away, ball 2. 2-2. Michael McHenry on deck. Pirates are in St. Louis tonight, the Indianapolis Indians parent team. Outfielders around to the right. Here's a swing and a high pop foul to the right side, out of play, off a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Two men out, no one on in the top of the 2nd. The Bulls and Indians scoreless. Wind will not be a factor tonight. Winds are calm. Here's a swing and a line drive, base hit left field. So once again, a 2-out single. That pitch appeared to be a changeup also. a 2-out single. The Bulls got a 2-out line drive single by Willie Adames in the first inning, and they get one by Featherston here. And now Michael McHenry. Look to our right, Rowdy, the Indians mascot, in the mayor's suite, posing for pictures. Kingham delivers way outside and low ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Delightful weather in central Indiana. 77 at game time. The Indians are straight away defensively. The runner bluffs going. The pitch is a little bit outside, very close. Fastball, ball 2. Jake Hager on deck. Jake Hager and Nick Kingham, childhood friends in Las Vegas. Kingham with a stretch. Featherston leads, and the pitch is high and away, ball 3. It's 3-0. Kingham looks in. Featherston leads away. Kingham's pitch outside. Most unusual for Nick. He issues a 4-pitch walk, and now Durham has 2 men on. And the batter, Jake Hager. Keon Wong played second base in each of the first 2 games in the series. So Hager making his first appearance, right-hand batter. For some reason, Espinal is in at first, and a breaking ball is inside, ball 1. Why would you be in? The last thing you would look for is a bunt with first and second and 2 outs in a scoreless game. But he's in. The runners lead, and the pitch swinging a foul back out of play. And now Espinal backs up. So does Ngope, who is even with the bat. Really puzzling why Espinal was in front of the bag and Ngope even with it. But in any event, after that swing and a foul back, they no longer are. Runners lead first and second. Pickoff play at second, and they got him. He's out easily. Weiss took the throw, and Taylor Featherston caught napping. Picked off 1-4. It wasn't even close. Side retire. At the end of 1 1/2, Durham nothing, Tribe nothing. On we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Danilo Sanchez coaching at first. The skipper Andy Barquette, the coach, at third. Jacob Stallings, who's caught all 3 so far in this series, will lead off, right-hand batter. And Jacob will stand in against Birch Smith. Stallings 1 for 8 thus far in the series. Takes a fastball in at the knees, strike 1, 0-1. The Bulls are overshifted on Stallings. And a breaking ball outside and in the dirt. Ball 1. 3 infielders on the third base side of second. Bowers at first, wide of the bag. Let's see what Jacob does here. Leading off an inning. Bulls and Indians scoreless, bottom of the second. Meanwhile, Field, the center fielder, way over in right center. 1-1 delivery is high and tight. Ball 2, 2-1. At the end of 1 inning, Scranton Wilkes-Barre 2, Lehigh Valley nothing. Smith again looks in. He winds and delivers. And a fastball high and inside, ball 3, 3-1. Edwin Espinal on deck. Smith is ready, has McHenry's sign. The windup and the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, well hit left field. Featherston goes back, and he makes the catch near the warning track. Jacob did not get all of it. Sounded good off the bat, but there's one away. And now Edwin Espinal, the right-hand batting first baseman, hitting .323 during the regular season. In this series, 2 for 8, batting .250, no runs batted in. Infielders straight up, and the pitch is a little bit high. Ball 1-0, breaking ball. Outfielders around to the right. Smith winds and delivers. That's high and inside, and that's a ball, 2-0. Smith again comes over the head, and the 2-0 delivery. Change up and in, ball 3, 3-0. And the right-hander winds and pitches. And a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. One out, no one on, bottom of the second. Smith delivers, swinging a fly ball, foul, right side out of play. And now the count is full. So he's thrown 2 fastballs for strikes after falling behind 3-0. And now the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, low inside, ball 4, he walked it. He's walked 2 and hit a batter. And the batter is Anderson Feliz, and pitching coach Kyle Snyder trots out to the mound.
Well, you and I pointed it out, Howard, in the bottom of the first inning. Bert Smith has really not looked comfortable tonight. Just his body language. Again, this is the first time we're seeing him, so maybe this is pretty normal. But it seems like after every pitch, it's almost like a chore to come set again. He's moving around a lot, being a little bit fidgety atop the pitching rubber. Stark contrast to Nick Kingham, who he gets the ball back, he takes 2 steps backwards, and he's set up again, ready to go.
Yes, I agree. I wonder if all this off-speed and secondary stuff has gotten Smith a bit out of his game. Here, Kevin Newman was late on a 3-2 fastball, fouled it. He threw him a 3-2 changeup with nobody on base leading off the inning in the first. So Anderson Feliz, the batter, 1 for 7 in the series. The 1 hit, a home run, batting right-handed. He takes a fastball outside, ball 1. Robertson at third, in on the grass. Espinal at first, 1 out. You wouldn't think Feliz would bunt 1 on, 1 out, although it could happen, but you wouldn't think so. And a slow curve is low, ball 2, 2-0.
You'd certainly hate, and obviously it looks like Andy not playing it that way. You'd almost hate to give up an out via sac bunt on a guy that's having a really hard time locating any of his pitches.
Robertson back, and there's 1 out. Robertson backing up now, and a fastball is a strike at the knees, 2-1. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the second. Feliz is asking the plate ump, Jeremy Rehack, about that. Bulls nothing, Indians nothing. Infield DP depth. Throw over to first, not in time. The right-hander again looks in, and he stretches and delivers. And it's way high, ball 3, 3-1, and that was a fastball. He's thrown some fastballs 89, 90, others at 93. Now, some pitchers will do that by design. Espinal leads. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded off the pitcher's legs. Going to be a base hit. All he can do is pick it up along the third base line. A base hit and a big break for the Indians. The ball was heading right to Adames, the shortstop, who was shading toward the bag at second, and now they're going to check on him. He says he's okay. A hard hit grounder.
The shift was perfect for that play, Howard. That ball was going to be right to Adames, who all he would have had to do was step on the bag at second, would have had an easy 6-3 double play that would have gotten Durham out of the inning. But Bert Smith was unable to get out of the way, and the ball caromed towards third base. Feliz can fly, so it was an easy infield hit. And even though he said he's fine, they're going to make him throw 1 or 2 warm-up pitches. And in the meantime, they have sent a catcher down to the Durham bullpen.
Mike Sandoval, the trainer out there. It was a hard-hit grass cutter. He throws a pitch, insists he's okay. He's convinced them. And now he's in a jam.
Well, Durham is going to be a little bit reluctant to get into that bullpen. We touched on it briefly tonight. We talked about it yesterday as well. Their bullpen in numbers is not shorthanded, but in experience is. They lost Jose Alvarado and Chaz Rowe the day before this series started. They were surprise recalls by the big league team in Tampa Bay.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here is Eric Wood. The right-hander's pitch. Fastball is a strike at the knees. Durham infield a double play depth. Eric Wood 0 for 7 thus far in this series. So here's a chance to get the Indians an early lead. 0-1 delivery. Slow curve. He hits it in the air to medium right center. Who's going to get this one? The center fielder lines it up, makes the catch. There'll be no advance. Espinal tags but does not try it. So there are 2 down, and that'll bring up Gift and Gope. They have played an inning and a half in Allentown. Scranton 2, Lehigh Valley nothing. Lehigh Valley leads the series 1-0. Gift and Gope playing third base again today. He is 2 for 6 thus far in this series. And the Indians have not led yet in this series, so base hit here and they could have their first lead. Runners lead away. The right-hander's fastball is just outside. That was a quality pitch, very close. Called ball 1, and McHenry is asking Jeremy Rehack about it. 1 ball, no strikes. Espinal at second, Feliz at first lead. Smith stretches and delivers. And a swing and a miss. And Gope had quite a big rip there at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He didn't want 1 run. He wanted 3 runs. Bulls and Indians scoreless, bottom of the second, 2 on, 2 out. The infield is straight up. The outfielders around to the right. Fastball, line drive, center field, and it's caught. Sliding catch by Johnny Field. It was shallow and a bit around to the right, positioned very well, and he makes an excellent play to take a run away from the Indians and their first lead of the series. At the end of 2 full innings, it is Durham nothing, Tribe nothing. Playoff baseball, Victory Field, downtown Indianapolis. If the Indians win tonight, there will be a game number 4, 7:05 tomorrow. Inning 3, we're scoreless. Here with the play-by-play, Andrew Kappas.
Thank you, Howard. Jake Hager, first pitch swinging, pops it up on the infield. Jacob Stallings behind the plate, shedding the mask. Edwin Espinal dealing with the bat, calls him off and makes the grab at foul ground. He nearly tripped over the bat, but to Edwin's credit, he kept his eye on the ball, recaught his footing, and made the grab. And 1 pitch, 1 out here to start the top of the 3rd inning. Hager was at the plate when Nick Kingham picked off Taylor Featherston at second to end the 2nd inning. The 1 away, bases clear, lineup card turns over. Here's Johnny Field. Field starting for the 3rd consecutive game in the leadoff role. Shows bunt, takes it back, and it's a good idea. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Johnny saw that pitch coming in and he bailed quickly. 1-0 the count. 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored in the opener in game 1. Went 0 for 4 with a strikeout last night. 1-0. Field swings and he pops it up into shallow left field. Kevin Newman, the shortstop, backpedaling out there. Anderson Feliz backing him up. It's Newman to his left on the outfield grass near the infield dirt, who puts it away. And Nick Kingham has needed just 3 pitches to get 2 outs here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2 up, 2 down. Daniel Robertson digs in now. And again, the quicker you can get the Indians back in the dugout, the better. That goes without saying almost on any night. But the way Bert Smith is laboring right now, if you can not allow him to hit the reset button in the dugout, all the better. First pitch to Robertson. Fastball taken down the middle for a strike, 0-1, 93 miles an hour. Robertson, while he's looking for his first hit of the series, has made some really nice plays at the hot corner, including kick-starting that 5-4-3 critical double play last night in the 3rd with the bases loaded. 0-1 pitch is low and outside, 1-1. A ball and a strike on the 23-year-old. Was a compensation first-rounder by Oakland in 2012 and then acquired for Ben Zobrist at the deadline a couple years back. 1-1, he swings and grounds it softly to the right side. Espinal picks it up. He says, I got this myself. Takes it to the bag, and that's the inning. Boy, Nick Kingham not wasting any time. He throws 5 pitches and retires the side in order, 1-2-3. After 2.5 here in game number 3, it's the Indians nothing, the Bulls nothing. Perhaps a momentum shift with a very quick 1-2-3 top of the 3rd inning. Nick Kingham retiring the Bulls in order on 5 pitches. So Bert Smith, who has labored through his 2 innings, albeit scoreless frames, is quickly back out on the victory field mound, and he's got to face the top of the Indians' batting order. Kevin Newman will lead us off. Newman, Weiss, Turdoslavich, and hopefully many more after that. Indians have not led in this series, but it's also the first time tonight they've kept the Bulls off the scoreboard in the opening stanza. Righty-righty matchup as Newman leads off the inning. First pitch, Newman shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a slider low and outside, ball 1. Newman, a lengthy at bat, required 8 pitches. Would have been ball 4, but he ended up hitting the elbow guard, did Bert Smith, for a hit batsman to start the bottom half. The 1-0, a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Newman not wasting any time here. Got a fastball right down the middle, and he punches it out into left field. Leadoff single, 2nd hit of the night for the Indians. Leadoff man aboard for Eric Weiss. Let's see if the Indians can get to Bert Smith here in the 3rd. Weiss 2 hits and 9 at-bats this series with an RBI. Struck out his first time up. Newman a 2-step lead at first. Probably not being given the green light here. He got thrown out in the 1st inning. First pitch curveball at the knees for strike 1. Bert Smith continuing to give the Indians a steady diet of breaking pitches early in the count. 0-1 on Weiss. The 3rd baseman, Daniel Robertson, cheating in, thinking a bunt is possible from Weiss. Didn't square there. Surprised he's still in. Throw over to first, trying to get Weiss to indicate as Newman dives back in. Weiss didn't square there either. I don't think he's bunting here. The Indians not wanting to gift Bert Smith any outs. I think they feel like right now that he's having a hard time getting them on his own. He's labored through 2 innings, and he has a leadoff single against him by Newman. The 0-1 to Weiss. Eric swings and pops it foul. 3rd base side. Nice catch by a fan in the 2nd deck on a soft liner. Might have helped out the youngster sitting next to him there, too. That ball was coming right for him, but he made the catch. Maybe the best defensive play we've seen all night. 0-2 the count on Weiss with Newman at first base starting off this bottom of the 3rd inning. A scoreless game in game number 3. Indians, their backs against the wall, trying to force a game 4. The 0-2. Weiss takes a fastball up and away, 1-2. If you're watching along with us, we'll see it again from our high home camera, and you can see him leaning over. Oh, my goodness. The youngster not looking for that one there and helping him out there. A deserved flex, I would say. 1-2 the count on Weiss. Looking to drive a ball here. Smith from the stretch will fire over to first. Newman diving back in head first. No tag applied by Jake Bowers. Identical line scores for the time being. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We're at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Great crowd on hand here tonight. They're just waiting for something to cheer about. For the stretch, the 1-2. Newman on the move. The pitch, a breaking ball outside. Head first slide into second. Newman, it's safe. Throw was not a good one from McHenry. It was a delayed steal by Kevin Newman. I think he caught McHenry off guard there. Throw way off line toward the third base side of second. No chance for Adames to even apply a tag. Had it been on target, I don't know if they would have gotten him anyway. Well, Newman swipes second. Nobody out, man in scoring position, and the count 2-2 on Weiss. A base hit here would give the Indians their first lead of this Governor's Cup semifinal series. The 2-2. Weiss swings and he pops it up. Third base side, foul ground. Chasing it is Robertson, and he'll run out of real estate. 8 rows into the seats. We'll do it again. Good at bat here by Weiss. 2-2 the count. Indians are going to make Bert Smith work for everything here tonight. He has thrown 53 pitches, and he's only gotten 6 outs. Two and two, the infield shifts ever so slightly to the right on the left-handed hitting Weiss. He twirls the bat around in the box. Smith comes set at the letters. A look back at Newman at second, the 2-2. Weiss swings and lines it to right field. That's a base hit. Newman will be held at third. Weiss has a single, and they're at the corners with nobody out. Again, not a bad idea there by Andy Barquette. Bert Smith having a hard time getting outs. And he held Newman at third base because that ball was getting to Pat Leonard in right quickly. Leonard, a pretty good arm. Line drive single past the diving Jake Hager. And the Indians are in business. They're at the corners, nobody out, and here's Joey. Joey clubbed a monster home run off the roof of the restaurant that sits above the left field monster in Durham in game number 1. At the time, it made it a 1-run game in game number 1. Now he's looking to give the Indians their first lead of the series. Newman at third, Weiss at first. Nobody out. The Bulls infield shifted to the right, nobody in. The pitch. Joey, big swing and a miss through a breaking ball, strike 1. And again, Bert Smith electing to start an Indians batter with off speed. Leadoff base hit by Newman, he stole second. And then Eric Weiss slashing a single to the right side. They're at the corners. Nobody out for Joey. He's got a huge hole on the left side. The 0-1. Turdoslavich swings and skies it into deep right center field. Johnny Field on the run. Field looking up. That ball's off the wall. Newman will score. They're going to wave around Eric Weiss. Relay throw won't be made. It's a 2-run double, and the Indians have their first lead of the series. Turdoslavich delivers into the right center field gap. It's 2-0. And now they're on their feet here at Victory Field as Joey drives one into the right center field gap. On a different night, that might have been out of here, but the wind quiet tonight. They'll take a 2-run double, and oh, by the way, there's still nobody out. Weiss and Newman come home, 2-0. And I'm a bit surprised to see that Durham bullpen as quiet as it is right now. If Smith doesn't retire Ortiz, I would, if I were a betting man, would be willing to bet they would get activity going. Joey at second, nobody out, 2 runs in. Danny Ortiz the batter. Smith looks back at Turdoslavich, the pitch. Ortiz swings, bounces it to the right side. Bowers will pick it up, take it to the bag himself, but Danny did his job there. He advances Turdoslavich, who moves up to third, and that's only the first out of the inning. 2-0 Indians with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's Jacob Stallings. A 300 hitter, 301 to be exact in the regular season. 1 for 9 in this series. He drove a ball to deep left field and just got underneath of it, narrowly missing a solo shot back in the second. Infield will come in with 1 out, Joey at third. The pitch to Stallings. Jacob swinging a miss, a high here. He was trying to rip that one out onto West Street. 0-1 the count. Now the infield backing up a few steps. They're halfway in on the left side. Bowers practically all the way in on the right. Hager halfway at second. The 0-1. Stallings swings and he hits it into the air in shallow center. Let's see if it's deep enough. Field lining it up. The Durham Bulls center fielder makes the catch. Joey will tag. The throw way offline. It's a sac fly. The throw was way offline into foul ground, third base side. Gives Stallings a sacrifice fly as Joey comes home, and it's 3-0. Just what the doctor ordered, the Indians a 3 spot, and that Durham bullpen is getting busy down the right field line. Jeff Ames starting to loosen. Tribe have tried to get in that Durham bullpen early all series long, knowing that's a weakness, maybe an Achilles heel for these Bulls. They have a chance to chase Bert Smith early. He starts off Espinal with a breaking ball, big swing and a miss, strike one. 3-0 Tribe here in the bottom of the third inning. The 0-1. Espinal swings and rips it foul, straight back into the screen. It's 0-2. 2 strikes the count on Espinal. Bases clear thanks to a 2-run double by Turdoslavich, and 1 out later, a sac fly by Stallings to score him. The 0-2. Espinal takes a breaking ball right down the middle, strike 3. Tosses his bat, but that was a very good inning for the Tribe. They have their first lead of this Governor's Cup semifinal series here in Game 3. At the end of 3, it's Indianapolis 3 and Durham 0. As we go top 4, Tribe leading 3-0. Here in game number 3. Every game from here on out an elimination game for the Tribe in this Governor's Cup semifinal round. They're down 2-0 in a best of 5, but they have their first lead of this series. Big test for Kingham coming up here, though. Heart of the order due up. Adames, Bowers, and Leonard. He retired the side in order in the third inning, only needing 5 pitches. His first pitch to Adames is a belt-tie strike, 0-1. Adames, our City Barbecue strikeout batter. Lined a base hit to right center with 2 outs in the first inning, but was left stranded there. The 0-1. A breaking ball, low and outside, 1-1. Indians getting 3 runs in that third inning, a 2-run double by Turdoslavich. And then he later scored on a sac fly by Jacob Stallings. The 1-1. Fastball grounded hard up the middle. Newman to his left, gloving it, on the run, throwing, and he gets Adames by a step and a half. 6-3 the putout. Good play by Kevin. Really no room for error because Adames runs so well. 1 out in the inning. Jake Bowers the batter. Bowers struck out swinging, and he did so in ugly fashion to end the first inning. His bat ended up near the Durham bullpen. Lunging after an outside changeup, he threw it all the way down there trying to make contact. Kingham, let's see what he starts him off with. The first pitch fastball misses over but low, ball 1. 93 miles an hour from Kingham. Just a gorgeous night for baseball. Mid-70s, sunny skies above us. Sun just about done setting, but nonetheless a clear night for us. The 1-0, a hard grounder up the middle. Newman again to his left, picking it up, spinning, throwing, and a beautiful dig by Espinal. A fist bump in the air, and that's 2 outs in the inning. Boy, the energy that the Indians have right now on the field, so much different than what we saw in the first 2 games. A big fist bump from Espinal as he gloved that out of the dirt. I mean, that was a beautiful play from Kevin Newman. Spinning and throwing. Bowers not a fast man by any means. 2 up, 2 down. Pat Leonard the batter. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. Infield back with 2 down. Kingham looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 frames. The 1 strike pitch. A breaking ball is a little blooper. Out in the shallow left center field. Kevin Newman on the run, but he can't get that one. He gets past Danny Ortiz, but Newman, who was running out there, able to pick it up, and that'll hold Leonard with a 2-out bloop single. If Kevin Newman would have made that play, might as well just start interviewing him mid-game for star of the game.
And we'd have to walk around saying, hello, Newman. Makes a play like that, but you're right. And he's played a really good shortstop since joining this ball club. Very, very steady.
That's a bloop single, though, for Bowers that keeps the inning alive, or for Leonard, excuse me. Bowers robbed on that great play by Newman. So the inning stays alive for left-handed hitting Shane Peterson. He flew out softly to left field his first time up. Kingham will fire over to first, and that'll chase back Leonard to the bag. And The Bulls have yet to have a base runner with less than 2 outs in an inning. 2-out single in the first, 2-out single and walk in the second, now a 2-out single here in the fourth as the 1-0 sails outside, 2-0. That's a good recipe. If you can get the first 2 batters of an inning, even if you give up a hit or even a hit and a walk, your percentages are still very high to throw a scoreless inning. The 2-0. Peterson swings and taps it foul, third base side. A ball and a strike, the count on Peterson. Indians leading 3-0 here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 outs, a man aboard. Indians trying to force a game 4, which would be tomorrow night here at Victory Field. 7:05 would be the first pitch. The 1-1 swung on, line foul, third base side out of play, hooking into the second deck. 1-2 the count. You just love a playoff atmosphere. This is not going to be statistically our biggest crowd of the season, but on that Turdoslavich double into the gap, I don't know if I've heard Victory Field any louder this season. They are into it tonight as Kingham ahead of Peterson. The 1-2, breaking ball. He just got a piece of it, tapped it foul, first base side off the Durham dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Kingham standing first base side of the rubber, looking to end this inning in good fashion. Nick already with 3 strikeouts tonight, and he has Peterson set up. The 1-2. Peterson up and in, fastball buzzing him back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jeff Ames, by the way, has sat down in the Durham bullpen, so the Bulls are going to run out Birch Smith again in the bottom of the fourth inning, despite his struggles in the third when he gave up 3. 2-2 on Peterson. Throw over to first, checking on Bowers, who dives back into the bag. Or on Leonard, rather. Leonard 3 hits on the series. Little bloop single to keep this inning alive. 2-2 the count on Peterson. Indians infield back. They lead 3-0. Nick set at the letters. The pitch. Fastball line foul, and Peterson proving to be a tough out. Van catching it on a carom off the second deck, off the just below the suite level. Still 2-2 on Peterson. Has an RBI this series. Bulls winning game 1 on Wednesday night 10-3. They won last night 2-0, despite the Indians out hitting them 8-3. The 2-2 runner going as the pitch is swung on and popped up into left field. Peterson will slam the bat down as Anderson Feliz tracking the baseball to his left, makes a shoulder high grab, and that's the inning. Couple of really nice plays by Kevin Newman, and Nick Kingham has thrown 4 zeros up on the scoreboard. 4 innings in the books, or 3.5 rather in the books here at Victory Field. It's the Indians 3, the Bulls nothing. Bottom 4 here at Victory Field. Indians leading 3-0 here in Game 3 of this Governor's Cup semifinal series. Tribe needing a win. It's an elimination game. Best of 5, they're down 2-0, but boy, this series can really change dramatically in a hurry if the Indians are to pull out a victory here tonight. Drew Hutchison, the scheduled starter if we go to a 4th game. Anderson Feliz will lead off against Birch Smith. First pitch, Feliz shows bunt, pulls it back, but takes a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1. Indians got 3 runs in the 3rd inning, highlighted by that 2-run double by Joey Turdoslavich in the right center field gap. Feliz, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Smith, the righty, kicks with the 0-1. Anderson lays off an outside changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eric Wood and Gift Ngope to follow. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Tribe. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Durham. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss by Feliz on a breaking ball, 1-2. Birch Smith continuing to give Indians batters a steady diet of off speed. He has had trouble locating his fastball. The first 2 innings, he was wild out of the strike zone. The 3rd, he was wild in the strike zone. The 1-2 fouled straight back off the press box, or just to the left of it, back down into the second deck. Count still 1-2. Feliz homered in game 1. First run of the series in that game is the 1-2. A little dribbler back to the mound. Birch Smith picks it up, sets his feet, throws to first, and gets Feliz by a step. Out number 1. 1-3 the put out. Here's Eric Wood. Eric batting with 2 on and only 1 out in the second inning. Flew to fairly deep right center. Johnny Field running over to the gap to make the catch. Wood looking for his first hit of the series. Led the team in home runs in the regular season with 16. Was second in RBIs with 61 in the regular campaign. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the first pitch. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 1. Challenged Eric there, 92 miles an hour. Looked to be on the outer half. 1 out, bases clear. The 0-1. Fastball low and outside, backhanded by McHenry. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike, and I don't think McHenry was expecting that very much. He lunged outside to backhand it, shook his head, called time, and now he's going out to talk to Bert Smith. I'm not sure how they could be crossed up here. There's nobody out at second base to look in at the sign. But McHenry clearly upset with what transpired in that 0-1 offering immediately after it was thrown. 1-1 on Wood. Eric looking to drive a ball here with Gift and Gope on deck. Here's the pitch. Wood swings and taps it foul. First base side near the Durham Bulls on deck circle. So Bert Smith out in front, a ball and 2 strikes. 3-0 Indians here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2. Wood swings and rips it foul, straight back into the screen. We'll do it again. Smith is already at 71 pitches. Really labored through the first 3 innings tonight. Got Anderson Feliz to start this 4th inning fairly quickly. Tribe had their leadoff men on in the 1st and 3rd frames against him. Another 1-2 to Wood. Eric, big swing and a miss through a breaking ball, strike 3. Smith has his 4th strikeout, and there's 2 down. Now Gift and Gope, the batter. Ground ball back to Smith and a strikeout of Eric Wood, and 2 up, 2 down. Smith an out away from his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Jeff Ames is back up in the bullpen, and this might be it for Bert Smith. First pitch to Ngope. Gift takes a fastball low and outside, backhanded by McHenry, ball 1. Ames getting loose shortly after that meeting that McHenry had. You wonder if McHenry spotted something when he went out there. It's the 1-0. And Ngope, big swing and a miss through a high heater, strike 1. Fastball at 93 miles an hour from Bert Smith. Smith got to the big leagues with the team that drafted him back in 2013, San Diego, but then missed all of 2000 and most of 2014, all of 15 and 16. The 1-1. And Gope swings and pops it foul. First base side out of play. So since that 2013 season, coming into the year, he only had 5 1/3 innings. That was with AAA El Paso back in 2014. But 1 game in the GCL, 9 games at High A Port Charlotte, 3 with Durham in the regular season. 27-year-old on the mend. The 1-2. And Gope takes a breaking ball low and outside. 2-2. Indians lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, bases clear as the Tribe try to force a game 4. A long look in for Bert Smith. He stands first base side of the rubber. The leg kick and the 2-2. Fastball, a little bit inside, 3-2. 91 miles an hour. Full count on Ngope. Gift taps home plate twice with the bat as Smith deals the payoff pitch. Fastball missing way outside, ball 4. So no 1-2-3 inning here as Bert Smith walks him. It's his 3rd walk of the game. He's also hit a batter, and it thwarts a 1-2-3 inning and brings back up Kevin Newman. Smith has not retired Newman tonight. He hit him on a 3-2 pitch in the 1st inning. And then Newman lined a base hit to left his last time up. Jared Sandberg on his way to the mound, and he might be going to get Bert Smith. Ames was loosening briefly in the 3rd inning, so the Durham right-hander might be ready in the bullpen. And they think he is. The point made, and Bert Smith is done. So what the Indians wanted to do in games 1 and 2, they're able to do in game 3. They have chased a Bulls starter and now get into that bullpen, which many think is a bit of an Achilles heel for the Durham Bulls. And they get into it early with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jeff Ames, the batter, Jeff Ames, rather, the new pitcher, an Indiana 8-1-1 call to the pen. Ames can eat some innings. He's a former starter. While he's appeared 46 times in the regular season, he threw 63 1/3 innings, so that means multiple inning games. But in the regular campaign, he was 1-1 with a 3.98 ERA, 78 strikeouts in 63 1/3 innings with 35 walks, a whip of nearly 1.5. Ames, a compensation first rounder in that 2011 draft. That's a famed draft for the Rays, rather. They had 11 of the first 60 picks in that draft. Vancouver, Washington native, turned 26 this past offseason. He'll get loose. Ames last year at AA Montgomery had an ERA below 3. His first year at AAA, again, that ERA right near 4 in the regular campaign. Indians lead here 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Joey Turdoslavich, the big hit so far, a 2-run double into right center field back in the 3rd inning. It plated Kevin Newman and Eric Weiss. Joey later scored on the sac fly by Jacob Stallings in that frame. First time the Indians had led. In fact, they had trailed for all but really a couple innings. Durham took the lead in game 1 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st, never looked back in a 10-3 win. And in game 2, they got a leadoff homer in the bottom of the 2nd from Jake Bowers and never trailed after that, despite only winning 2-0 last night. So Indians lead here 3-0 in game 3. The first game played at Victory Field in the series. The series here for the duration. Whether that's tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday remains to be seen. Well, Kevin Newman will dig in against the new pitcher. Ames, like his predecessor, a right-hander, wears number 34 on his back. He'll stand first base side of the rubber. Newman has been hit by a pitch. He has singled and scored a run. Gift and Gope at first, 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. Ames looks over at Gift. He stands first base side of the rubber. Gift being held on by Bowers. Set at the belt, they'll throw over, and boy, Gift was leaning a bit towards second base, but he's able to dive back in on that pickoff play. Back in ahead of the tag of Bowers. Well, Bert Smith is done, the Durham starter, after 3 2/3 innings. Indians chasing him. Gift his responsibility as far as the final line goes. Now the first pitch to Newman. Instead, another throw over to first. Gift diving back in. They seem convinced that Ngope will be on the move this at bat. I'm not so sure, given that Newman is a pretty good gap hitter, and Ngope, decent speed at first base, might not need to be at second to score. He'll be moving on contact with 2 outs. Let's see if Ames comes plateward here. He does. Gift fakes a go as Newman swings and pops up foul. First base side, that'll get out of play. Carrying on midway through the 2nd deck for a strike, 0-1. The 2-out walk to Ngope is what chased Smith. 3 walks, a hit batter, and 4 hits allowed on the night. 3 runs so far. If Ngope scores, it'll be charged on his line. Indians leading 3-0. They are shifted ever so slightly to the left on Newman. A pause from Ames. Here's the 0-1. Gift is going. The pitch inside for a ball. Throw down to second is offline, and it hits Ngope. He's safe at second base. Second time tonight the Indians have stolen off McHenry, having been caught once as well. Not kickball rules. The ball hit Ngope, but he's not out. Throw was offline anyway. That didn't hit Ngope. It was actually gloved by Hager, and then when he tried to apply the swipe tag, the ball went out of the glove. So Ngope safe at second. 1-1 the count on Newman. A long pause from Jeff Ames. A look back at second. Now the 1-1. Breaking ball misses low. 2 balls and a strike to Newman. Again, if the Indians force a Game 4, it'll be here tomorrow night at 7:05. Gates will open up at 5:30. $1 menu in effect. Tribe hoping for that. Drew Hutchison would be their starter if we get that far. 2-1 the count on Newman. They look for insurance here in the fourth inning, already leading 3-0. The pitch. Newman swings and he hits it into the air in shallow right center. Backing up on it is Jake Hager out in shallow right field. He's called off, and Leonard, lunging to his left, makes the catch. Oh my goodness. The Bulls turn that into an adventure. But Leonard, the right fielder, does come in to make the grab, and Ngope left at second base. But at the end of 4, it's Indianapolis 3, Durham nothing. 4 innings in the books here at Victory Field in game number 3 of this Governor's Cup semifinal series. Tribe leading 3-0. Nick Kingham working on a gem. He's back out there on the Victory Field mound, and coming back to the mic with a play-by-play, here's Howard.
Thanks, Andrew. Taylor Featherstone leads off. He lined his single to left, but then was picked off second base. He hits this one in the air to center. Ortiz drifting back, has plenty of room. And he one-hands it, one pitch, one man out in the 5th. Dr. Gary Walton stops by to say hello. And the batter will be Michael McHenry. Very, very enthusiastic crowd. The Indians, as Andrew said, leading 3-0. Their first lead of this series. And if they win, we'll be here tomorrow. Game number 4, 7:05. Plenty of good tickets available. And a fastball is a strike, 0-1.
The time, Howard, for this date in baseball history.
Always look forward to that.
1963, Warren Spahn winning his 20th game of the year, edging Philadelphia 3-2.
And a breaking ball is in for strike 2.
That would give him 13 seasons of 20 wins or more.
And that was his last great year, his last 20-win season. He pitched a few more years, wasn't the same. 0-2 delivery. Low and away in the dirt with a breaking ball. And you mentioned those 13 20-win seasons. That was his goal every year. He made no bones about it to be a 20-game winner. And back then, pitchers worked every 4th day. So an ace like Spahn would make 40 starts. If he won half of them, he'd be a 20-game winner. The 1-2 is up and away, ball 2.
1965, they did it as a promotion to try to boost ticket sales. But Kansas City having Bert Campaneris play all 9 positions, becoming the first major leaguer to do it in one game.
A number of guys have done it since then, and a breaking ball low and away. And Campaneris was a very good ball player. Fine shortstop, adept base stealer, played a long time in the major leagues. Kansas City A's at that time were struggling. A few years later, they moved to Oakland, and they had great teams in the early and mid-'70s, winning 3 straight world championships. 3-2 pitch. He hits it high in the air to right field. Turdoslavich under and waiting, coming in now, and he makes the catch. And they're at 2 up and 2 down.
1973, Billy Martin, who was fired just 6 days ago by the Tigers, signed a multi-year deal to manage the last-place Rangers at the age of 45.
And he had a major impact there, as he had a major impact in Detroit, and before that, Minnesota, and after Texas, the Yankees. He had, as Hager stands in and Jake takes low ball 1, fouled out to first his first time out. Billy Martin had tremendous positive impact on his teams initially, and then unfortunately he wore out his welcome everywhere. Here's a foul on the ground right side. I asked Mike Pagliarulo, who played with him with the Yankees, what was his strength as a manager. Mike was the Indianapolis Indians hitting coach in 2013 and 14. He said he saw the whole field so well. Mike said 2 people can look at the same thing but not see everything the same way. But Martin turned those Texas Rangers perennial losers into winners. He won a division title with Detroit. He won a division title with Minnesota and got fired after winning a division title, no less in Minnesota. Pitched a little bit high. And then with the Yankees, he won a pennant, won a World Series, and got fired there. Got fired and kept getting rehired and getting fired again. 2-1 pitch is a little outside.
What do they say about college coaches? You're hired to be fired?
About managers, too, same thing. And he was really hired to be fired by George Steinbrenner, that's for sure.
1977, Howard, Bruce Sutter striking out the first 6 batters he faced, getting a win in 10 innings, beating Montreal 3-2.
Here's a high pop-up. Boy, are they hitting the ball in the air. Foul ball, and Gope hoping, but it hits on the dugouts. So the count will be full. Well, Bruce Sutter came to our ballpark a few years ago, Celebrity Saturday. And this is a guy who's a Hall of Famer, and deservedly so. Had that great split-fingered pitch. And when we saw him in AAA ball with the Cubs, he was nothing special. He hadn't perfected it yet. However, he'd pitch 2 1/3, 2 2/3, like Gossage would, like Fingers would, like Lee Smith would. 3-2 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. Newman's got it. On to Espinal. Side retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Nick Kingham. And at the end of 4 1/2, it is the Indians 3 and Durham nothing. A couple of days later, I think against San Diego.
Eric Shao was the pitcher, was he not?
Yes, you're correct. And Eric Weiss is the batter now as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Well, who imagined Pete Rose, 4,256 hits, 24 years in the big leagues. And the pitch is in for a strike. I remember when he got his 3,000th hit, and I'm pretty certain that was in 1978. And that was the year he had the 44-game hitting streak. So no way could he, he was 37 at the time. He was born in 1941, but he kept hitting. Here's a swing and a miss and a changeup. Strike 2. So Pete was remarkable. And the one thing about Pete Rose, and that's a lesson for all players, he never gave away an at-bat. If it's 12-0 with 2 men out in the 9th inning, he's still bearing down. And he might be able to remember every single one of those 4,256 hits. Good memory. Weiss takes strike 3 called, knee-high fastball. Thanks, Andrew, as always, for this date in baseball history. And the batter will be Joey Terdoslavich, the big hit in the game. A 2-run double into the gap in right center. The first 2 runs of the game, and then he later scored. So 1 out, no one on, bottom of the 5th. Ames sets and delivers. Outside ball 1, 1-0. And again, the right-hander stretches. And the 1-0 delivery. High and outside, ball 2, 2-0. Ames again looks in and stretches. And the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Joey had a big cut, didn't hit it. 2-1. Indians leading 3-0, game number 3. If they win, game 4 tomorrow, 7:05. The 2-1 pitch. Lifted high in the air to left field. Right at Taylor Featherston, under and waiting. And he one-hands it, and that's the second out. Now Danny Ortiz, who has struck out and grounded to second. Two outs and no one on, bottom of the 5th. Indians 3 runs, 4 hits. Durham no runs, 3 hits. Jacob Stallings on deck. The right-hander's pitch. Drilled, caught. A liner at the second baseman, Hager. They were overshifted. 3 infielders, first base side of second. Hager was positioned perfectly. Side retired, 1, 2, 3. And at the end of 5, Indians 3, Bulls nothing. We go to the 6th inning. Here's Andrew.
Thank you very much, Howard. 3-0, Indianapolis on top here in game number 3 of this Governor's Cup semifinal series. Best of 5. The Indians need to win tonight to force game 4. They lead by 3 runs, but the Durham Bulls have the top of the order due up against Nick Kingham. Kingham, off of his second 1-2-3 inning of the night, he has not faced more than 4 batters in an inning, though, tonight. Field, Robertson, and Adames due up for Jared Sandberg's crew. Field has popped up twice, once to second, once to short. First pitch from Nick. Breaking ball low and outside, ball 1. Third time through the order here tonight. Chi-Wei Hu was warming up for the Bulls in the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's see if he gets back up with an out or 2 here. 1-0. Field swings and he drives one to deep center field. Danny Ortiz racing back just shy of the warning track. He'll spin and make the catch. Danny got a great jump on that ball. It was driven to dead center field, but Danny, breaking back instantly, was able to spin and make the grab for out number 1. All is well that ends well. Probably the best hit ball tonight, outside of maybe the Adames single in the first inning, but Danny runs it down. 1 down in the inning, and Daniel Robertson the batter. Robertson has struck out and grounded out tonight against Kingham. First pitch breaking ball. The outside corner, a strike, 0-1. Now Chi-Wei Hu is indeed back up in the bullpen, so it looks like Jeff Ames is done after an inning and a third. The 0-1, right there for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Robertson. 92 miles an hour on that fastball from Nick. Robertson, originally that first rounder by the Oakland A's. The pitch. Robertson, big swing and a miss, strike 3. Stallings tags him out. It was in the dirt slightly. That's Kingham's 4th strikeout of the night. There's quickly 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 6th, the Durham Bulls still have yet to have a base runner aboard with less than 2 outs in an inning. Nick looking for his third 1-2-3 frame of the night. Our City Barbecue strikeout batter, Willie Adames, steps in. He takes a fastball down the middle, a strike, 0-1. Adames has singled and grounded out, 1 for 2. Nice play by Kevin Newman back in the 4th inning to retire him his last time. 0-1 breaking ball, bounces in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnny Field flying out on the second pitch he saw, and then Kingham striking out Daniel Robertson on 3 pitches. Even here with Adames, 1-1. Kingham throws the glove over his head, now the pitch. Curveball, a beauty, but misses, I guess, inside. It's 2-1. Looked to be right there on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike on Adames. 3 for 9 on the series. The 2-1. Fastball that Adames swings and pops foul. First base side, that'll carry into the second deck for a strike, and it levels the count at 2-2. So Kingham 1 strike away from fanning our City Barbecue strikeout batter. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. Tribe in front, 3-0. The 2-2. Fastball, little bit off the plate. Oh boy, I thought he had him struck out. The Tribe infield running back to the dugout, and they are told to stay put by Jeremy Rehak, who has a very hitter-friendly strike zone. That looked to be right there. Count goes to 3-2, and now the payoff on the way. Fastball outside, ball 4. That's a shame. 2 of the 4 balls in this at-bat look to be right there. That one was way outside, but ball 2 looked to be right on the inside corner. Ball 3 looked to be quite honest, right down the middle. Ball 4 outside. It's the second walk tonight by Kingham, and inning stays alive for Jake Bowers. Bowers, a left-handed batter, is grounded out and struck out tonight. Kingham's pitch. Curveball, chop foul. First base side into the camera well. Look out, rattling around there. First base side for a strike, 0-1. Kingham has done a lot of that, getting ahead of hitters. Jumping out in front of Bowers, 0-1. The 1-strike pitch. Another curveball, this one a line drive, and it's trouble. Right center field, Danny Ortiz will cut it off in the gap. Adames will be held at third. Bauer's a big turnaround first, but he'll be held to a single. Danny played that perfectly. He knew he wasn't going to catch it, so he took a beeline into the gap to try to cut it off, and that's what he did. Adames having to stop at third. Bauer's aboard via the 2-out single that keeps the inning going. And they're at the corners with 2 down for Pat Leonard. Leonard has singled and struck out. Indians infield back, and the potential tying run at the plate. Big spot in this ball game. Let's see if Kingham can get out of it. First pitch fastball. The outside corner is strike 0-1. Leonard a line drive single to left center field. Back in the fourth. He struck out swinging in the second. Righty-righty matchup as Kingham trying to squirt out of a jam. The 0-1 breaking ball. Misses outside, 1-1. 92 miles an hour. Leonard, a good regular season. He was the only member of the postseason All-Star team for Durham. A bit surprising considering they had the second best record in the league in the regular campaign. Won 86 games. The 1-1 breaking ball. Big swing and a miss. What a good curve by Kingham. And the count goes to 1-2. Good change of pace there by Kingham, and he's out in front. A ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at the plate. Kingham a strike away from escaping the jam. 1-2 the count. He stares down Stallings, who lays down the sign. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, blooped into shallow center field. Danny Ortiz on the run. He slides and he gets the catch. Oh, what a play by Danny. Taking a hit away from Pat Leonard and keeping the Bulls off the scoreboard. Danny Ortiz making plays out in center. And Nick Kingham is through 6. At the end of 6, it's the Tribe 3, the Bulls nothing. Second time the Bulls will make the Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen tonight. Chi-Wei Hu is summoned by manager Jared Sandberg. Hu, the 23-year-old right-hander from Taiwan, made his big league debut earlier this season. Pitched well in the big leagues, 8 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned out of the bullpen. He's been in and out of the rotation this year with Durham. The regular season he was 4-1 with a 3.06 ERA. Stallings, Espinal, and Feliz due up. They overshift on Stallings, 3 infielders on the left side. First pitch, a fastball, big swing and miss by Stallings, strike 1. Who has got a lively fastball, that one at 95 miles an hour. Bert Smith, the first pitcher and starter tonight for Durham, was topping out at 93. Ames in a similar neighborhood. Stallings tonight a sac fly, and he just missed a home run back in the second, got underneath of one and flew out to the warning track. The 0-1. Fastball line foul, reached for first base side. Into the second deck. Quickly 0-2 on the Tribe catcher. His sac fly made it a 3-0 game, and that's where we stand now. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Indians. No runs on 4 hits for Durham. Nick Kingham threw 6 shutout innings, thanks in part to a great diving catch by Danny Ortiz that ended the top half of this frame. Hu, the leg kick, and the 0-2. Fastball, a little bit down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now with 2 strikes, it's a bit odd. With 2 strikes, the Bulls no longer overshifted. They've moved their second baseman, Hager, back on the first base side of the bag. 1-2 on Stallings. Looking to get us started here in the bottom of the 6th. Hu from the first base side of the rubber, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Steady diet of fastballs on Stallings here so far. Hu originally signed by Minnesota. Came over in a trade for Kevin Jepson at the deadline back in 2015. 2-2 the count on Stallings. Break-even pitch on the way. Stallings swings and he lines one down the right field side. That's going to twist foul, though, into the seats. Nice catch made by a fan. A baby to his left. They're going to have an early souvenir from perhaps their first game at Victory Field. Maybe had a couple before this under their belt. 2-2 the count on Stallings. Infield back with the catcher Jacob batting. Late grant of time as Stallings, that might have been McHenry. Looked like Rehak pointed down at the Durham Bulls catcher, who was ready to deliver. He had his leg in the air, but now Jacob taps home plate with the bat. Who's standing first base side of the rubber. The 2-2 pitch. Stallings in a check swing foul. Hit the barrel, lined it into the first base side of the netting. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Jacob putting up quite the at-bat here. Remember, this is the first time in quite some time the Indians have seen Chi-Wei-Hu. Saw him back in May. 2-2 the count. Break even. Stallings swings and chops it foul again. Third base side this time of the backstop. Still 2-2. 7 pitches Stallings has seen in this AB. Indians leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Espinal and Feliz due up after Stallings, and hopefully a few more. Who a long look in at McHenry. The 8th pitch of this at bat on the way. The 2-2. Fastball that Stallings takes low and the count full. 3-2. Almost a ceremonial grant of an appeal. Stallings barely got the bat off his shoulder, but they do check down with Jeremy Riggs at first base, and as suspected, he confirms that Stallings did not offer. The count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jacob as he leads us off here in the bottom of the 6th. The 9th pitch will be a payoff on the way to Stallings. Jacob swings and he slashes it foul, first base side. Boy, Jacob putting up a major league at bat against Chi-Wei-Hu. 95 miles an hour there, almost an exclusive fastball. And now the Durham bullpen is going to get going. Again, the Indians were hoping to do this earlier in the series. We'll take it tonight, emptying out that bullpen. Jamie Schultz, hard-throwing right-hander, is getting loose down the right field line. 3-2 the count, another payoff. Stallings swings and grounds it hard to the shortstop. Adames gobbles it up on 3 hops, throw across the diamond in time to retire Stallings. But even though that was an out, that was a heck of an AB by Jacob. 11 pitches, but Chi-Wei-Hu gets him to ground out to short for out number 1. Well, Edwin Espinal, the batter, and Espinal had a lot of chances to see what Chi-Wei-Hu has to offer. Jacob seeing 11 pitches before him. Espinal has walked and struck out looking tonight, 0 for 1. Time called as looks like something might have gotten loose out in the outfield. Big crowd on hand tonight. Indians hoping to force a Game 4, and hopefully if there is a Game 4, we'll see a big crowd tomorrow night as well. It'll be here at Victory Field. 7:05 would be the first pitch. If the Indians are able to complete the victory tonight, they lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch on the way to Espinal. Edwin takes a fastball on the outside corner, a strike, 0-1. Edwin, a postseason All-Star in the Eastern League, despite being promoted from Altoona late July, so didn't play the final month and a half of the season with Altoona. But 15 homers, 72 RBIs will do it. The 0-1. Espinal, a check swing and a breaking ball that was low and outside. He went around, says home plate umpire Jeremy Rehak. No appeal needed, according to our home plate umpire, and it's quickly 0-2. Espinal wipes at his brow with the helmet, trying to battle back in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, base is clear. Anderson Feliz waiting patiently on deck. The 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball stays high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Indians getting all 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Joey Turdoslavich, a 2-run double. And then Joey T later scored on the sac fly by Stallings. Hu from the first base side of the rubber, the leg kick and the 1-2 delivery to Espinal. Edwin swings and lines it straight back and foul into the netting. And we'll do it again. So Chi-Wei Hu having a hard time putting away batters this frame. Took him 11 pitches to retire Stallings. And now Espinal trying to hang around after falling behind 0-2. It's now 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch on the way. Espinal chops it foul, third base side. That one got a piece of McHenry first. He's had a rough night behind the plate. He's gotten dinged a couple of times. The former Pittsburgh Pirate did not play in Indianapolis, though, during his 3 seasons with the Buccos. One and two on Espinal. Durham infield playing back on the Tribe first baseman. Here's another 1-2 pitch. Espinal swings and misses. That ball way outside and in the dirt. Strike 3, and Espinal does not try to run to first base, so the strikeout completed. 6 pitches, though, so Chi-Wei Hu has thrown 17 pitches to get 2 outs. But 2 up, 2 down for Chi-Wei Hu. 2 down, bases clear for Anderson Feliz, and it's not going to be Chi-Wei Hu that throws to him. Jared Sandberg on his way to the mound. I'm not sure if this was the plan for Chi-Wei Hu to only face 2 batters or if it's because of that lengthy at-bat by Jacob Stallings to start it, but Jared Sandberg going to make the Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen. He's going to go out and get Jamie Schultz, the right-hander that was briefly warming up in the bullpen. We saw Schultz last year as a starter. He's been moved to the bullpen. With Durham in the regular season, he was 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA in 13 games, 21 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings. He's got a great fastball that tops out in the mid to upper 90s with great movement. He was a 14th round pick in 2013 by Tampa Bay out of High Point. Broke out back in 2014 with low Class A Bowling Green. A groin injury has sidelined him for a good portion of this season. He almost made the team out of spring training. Got added to the 40-man roster this past offseason to protect him from the Rule 5 draft. So Schultz, the Albany, New York native, now makes his offseason home in the greater Durham area, Raleigh to be exact. They'll warm up on the Victory Field mound. Tribe leading 3-0 here with 2 outs, bases clear in the bottom of the 6th. Schultz, the 4th pitcher tonight, used by Durham and manager Jared Sandberg, the nephew of Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. Bert Smith, the starter, went 3 2/3. Jeff Ames went an inning and a third. Chi-Wei Hu just 2/3 of an inning. And now Jamie Schultz on to face Anderson Feliz. It's not turning Anderson Feliz around. It's a righty replacing another righty, so the switch hitter will still bat left-handed. Feliz has an infield hit that went off Bert Smith. Rocket up the middle back in the 2nd, and he grounded softly back to the pitcher in the 4th. 2 outs, bases clear, Tribe leading by 3. Schultz's pitch. Breaking ball, starts him off with on the outside corner, strike 0-1. And boy, you don't expect to see that from Schultz. Fastball that's in the mid to upper 90s, but he starts him off with the breaking ball. The 0-1. There's another breaking ball. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 good sliders from Schultz, and he's out in front 0-2. Infield shifted to the right side. The shortstop Adames still on the third base side of second, but playing up the middle. Robertson basically by himself on the left side. The 0-2. And swung on, fouled straight back foul. 94 miles an hour from Schultz, his first fastball. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Like it has been all night, the Indians' bullpen is silent. Nick Kingham will go back out for the 7th inning. He's been great so far. The 0-2. Feliz, big swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt, strike 3. Feliz running down to first, but McHenry will throw down there to complete the strikeout. Chi-Wei Hu and Jamie Schultz combined to throw a 1-2-3 inning, and at the end of 6, it is Indianapolis 3, Durham 0. Good night so far for the Indians. We're through 2 stanzas, 6 innings in the books, 3-0 Tribe as they try to force a Game 4. Remember, the rest of this series, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday, will be here at Victory Field. The Indians have to win. They're in good shape tonight so far. 3-0, top 7 we go. The starter, Nick Kingham, has held up his end of the bargain, working on a 4-hit shutout. Shane Peterson will lead off against him. 6, 7, 8 due up in the Durham order. Peterson, Featherston, and McHenry. Kingham throws the glove over his head the first pitch of the inning. A fastball grounded softly to the right side, right to Eric Weiss. He has it. Throw on over to Espinal inside. 1 pitch, 1 out for Nick Kingham here in the 7th. A good start to the inning for Kingham, who has been pitch efficient tonight. 1 away for Taylor Featherston. Featherston singled to left in the 2nd inning, flew to center in the 5th. 1 for 2 on the night. Gift and Gope will play level with the bag at 3rd. Everybody else, though, back. First pitch. Fastball taken down the middle for a strike, 0-1. He's been doing a lot of that as Nick, too. First pitch strikes. Kingham at just 85 pitches. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Up near his hand, strike 2. Another fastball at 90 miles an hour. So Kingham out in front, 0-2. Nick with 4 strikeouts has issued a couple of walks, so albeit controversially. Looked like he had Adames struck out. 0-2, a breaking ball, and he nearly struck out Featherston there. The pitch a little bit low, and he checked the swing. 1-2. 3-0 Indians here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Beautiful night here at Victory Field, and a packed house as well. The 1-2. Fastball, a little bit low, 2-2. Dropped by Stallings, and he'll exchange baseballs with home plate umpire Jeremy Rehak. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Featherston. Kingham from the third base side of the rubber. The full windup in the 2-2. Another close pitch, just looked to be on the outside corner. A good frame by Stallings. And now the count goes full. A fastball that froze him. But it's called off the plate, I suppose. Definitely wasn't low. The count 3-2. The payoff. Featherston, a check swing at a pitch that was high. Did he go around? He did not. And Featherston gets rewarded. Boy, and Nick Kingham is hollering over at first base umpire Jeremy Riggs. You hate to see that. Featherston watched 3 borderline pitches and gets rewarded for it. Sure looks like he went around there. We see it again on replay, and they say he held up. In all honesty, Kingham, I think he had him struck out on the pitch before that. So it's a 1-out walk, 3rd walk tonight by Kingham, and again, he hasn't missed by much on any of these 3 free passes. McHenry the batter, and he takes a first pitch curveball that drops in for a strike, 0-1. McHenry turned his shoulder. He thought that pitch was going to run inside on him, but it dropped in beautifully. Indians would love to turn a double play here. Throw over to first, and lunging back to the bag is Taylor Featherston. A quick move by Kingham. Bullpen activity for Durham. Brandon Lawson, who is up from the Class A level, is warming up in the bullpen down the right field line. The 0-1, McHenry lines it foul. Third base side into an empty Indians bullpen, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Kingham, who, by the way, is a very mild-mannered guy, for him to say something over to Jeremy Riggs after that check swing tells you something, and the replay told us a lot as well. Featherston, his bat was so far through the zone, he nearly hit the ball. The 0-2, a breaking ball in the dirt. Great smother and block by Stallings. Keeps the ball in front of him and keeps Featherston at bay. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Edgar Santana is moving down into the Indians bullpen down the left field line. He'll start throwing. 1 and 2 the count. Kingham's pitch. Runner fakes a go as the curveball line foul again. Third base side, and Jackson Williams makes a nice play, serving as the Indians bullpen catcher. Still a ball and 2 strikes on McHenry. You know, it's a shame these borderline calls not going Kingham's way. His pitch count, which is pretty good through 6 1/3 innings at 94 pitches. It'd be even lower had he gotten a couple of borderline calls against Adames and the borderline call against Featherston. 2 borderline calls against Featherston. 1-2 the count with Featherston at first. Throw over there, and Featherston dives back in. Featherston has already been picked off tonight. He was picked off at second to end the second inning. It's a bit of a modest lead for him over there at first base. You don't want to get picked off again. 1-2 on McHenry. Kingham's pitch. Fastball, line drive is caught by Weiss. He'll fire over to first, and they got him. Double play. Double play as Kingham pumps the fist and points out to Eric Weiss and gives a high five to Edwin Espinal, who sprints off the field. What a play by Eric Weiss at second base. Off his back heel, he doubles off Featherston. A great stretch by Espinal, and the Indians are out of the jam. We'll stretch here at Victory Field after 6.5. It's the Tribe 3, the Bulls nothing. New pitcher for the Durham Bulls as they make yet another Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen. Jared Sandberg emptying out the pen tonight. Brandon Lawson, the new pitcher. He was pitching at High A Port Charlotte about a week and a half ago. Lawson taking over on the mound as we go bottom 7. Just 22 years of age. He was drafted last year out of South Florida. A right-hander, a single digit on his back, wears number 9. Eric Wood will lead off 8-9-1. Indians leading 3-0, but that's still a pretty thin lead. They'd like some insurance. Lawson, the right-hander, kicks and deals. First pitch to Wood is a fastball missing low, ball 1. Fastball at 93 miles an hour. Lawson, who last season was in short season, again pitched 35 times for High A Port Charlotte, an ERA of 4.5. The 1-0, a fastball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Only made 1 appearance for Durham in the regular season, 2 scoreless innings on Labor Day in Gwinnett. The 2-0. Low and outside, 3-0. 3-0 on Eric Wood to start the inning. Edgar Santana, by the way, still in the Indians bullpen. Looks like he'll take over for Nick Kingham, who 7 phenomenal innings. Got some help from his defense in the 6th and 7th. Certainly wasn't getting any help from the home plate umpire. The 3-0, Wood taking all the way, takes a strike down the middle, 3-1. Infield back on Wood. 8-9-1, Wood and Gope, and then back to the top of the order and Kevin Newman. 3-1 pitch. Wood takes it low and outside. That's a leadoff walk. Just what the doctor ordered, and you wonder here if the Indians play small ball, wanting that extra run. Leadoff walk, Wood trots down to first base. Indians already leading 3-0, trying to force a game 4. And the Bulls certainly thinking Gope will be bunting. They've pulled in Daniel Robertson from third. Jake Bowers at first will hold on Eric Wood. And Gope squares, pulls it back and takes it down the middle for a strike, 0-1. On Ngope, who has walked and stolen a base and flown to center tonight. Brandon Lawson pitching just his 2nd AAA game on the mound. A long look in, and Gift and Gope will step out. A little bit too long of a look in. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Moving, and it's a hit and run. A little bouncer to the right side. That'll do the job at least as Wood gets to second base. Ball picked up by Hager. He'll throw it, and Gope 4-3. Boy, that ball nearly snuck through the right side. Wood would have been on his way to third, but so not an absolute worst case scenario for Durham, but the Indians do get Wood to second, only 1 out in the inning, and here's Kevin Newman. It's a big insurance run out there at second base. Indians already leading 3-0. Time called. Kyle Snyder, the Durham Bulls pitching coach, wants to go out and chat. The way that Jared Sandberg has managed this game, you would think that the Bulls were the team down 2-0. It's been a long night for Sandberg and Snyder despite being only down by 3 runs. They've emptied their bullpen basically. Jamie Schultz only faced 1 batter. Struck out Anderson Feliz. And their bullpen was rested coming in, so that's one positive sign for Durham. Jeremy Rehak comes in to break up the meeting. And Rehak means it when he wants it to break up because McHenry hung around after Snyder left the mound. So Eric Wood at second, 1 out. Here's Kevin Newman. Newman has been hit by a pitch. He has singled and scored a run, 1 for 2. Looking to find a gap here and increase the Tribe lead to 4 runs. The pitch. Newman shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it outside, ball 1. I don't know if Newman's bunting here. He may just be drawing in Robertson from third. One 1-0 the count. Newman 2 for 8 on the series. The pitch. Fastball, a little bit low and outside, 2-0. Now Durham getting a bit of a taste of that small strike zone. That pitch was borderline, but Newman got the call. 2 balls and no strikes. Wood out at second. He's got a fairly modest lead. Jake Hager, the second baseman, is close by. The 2-0. This one on the outside corner is strike 2-1. Newman looking for his first run batted in of the series. Two and 1 the count. Only 1 out in the inning. Eric Weiss waiting on deck. Lawson from the stretch, his pitch. Newman swings and taps it foul off the end of the bat. First base side near the Durham dugout. 2-2. All 3 Tribe runs coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Two and 2 the count on Newman. Lots of room for him out in left center field if he can find that gap. The 2-2. Newman swings and chops it up the middle. Adames charging on the play, gloves it, throws on the run, and gets Newman by a step. They throw behind Wood, who rounded the bag, but Eric able to get back there. So Newman retired 6-3. Wood goes to third. That's the second out of the inning. Tell you what, Kevin Newman has deceptive speed. That ball looked to be fairly routine, but he made that a bang-bang play at first base.
You're right. He does run a bit above average. And let's say you had never known anything about Willie Adames and hadn't seen him play till that one play. He showed you he can play shortstop there.
There's a big reason why when Detroit called about David Price at the 2014 deadline, Tampa Bay demanded Willie Adames, and they got him. Eric Weiss takes a pitch down and in to start his AB 1-0.
I mean, he came in and he threw on the run, which is something you like to see from a shortstop since he's on the left side of the infield, and it was a terrific play.
Adames reported to the team I was working for, Howard, in 2014 at the low A level. There was a story that Dave Dombrowski almost pulled out of trade negotiations when he was heading Detroit because Tampa Bay was insistent that Willie Adames be included. They got their man. The 1-0 line foul, third base side of the netting for a strike, 1-1.
And we've seen him play, obviously, before tonight, but if that's the only thing you ever saw from him, you would know that he's special right there.
The #1 prospect in Tampa Bay's system. A lot of people think he'll be pushing Adeiny Hechavarria for the starting shortstop job next year in Tampa Bay. Runner at third, 2 outs for Weiss. 1-1 the count. Eric trying to increase the Tribe lead to 4-0. Bottom 7 here in game number 3. Do or die for the Indians. Weiss already a base hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. 1-1 pitch. Weiss lines it foul again. Third base side of the netting behind the plate. 1-2 the count. Joey Turdoslavich, the owner of, so far, the biggest hit of the night, waits on deck. Joey, that 2-run double that gave the Indians their first lead of the series back in the 3rd inning. 1-2 the count. Lawson set the pitch. Weiss swings and dribbles it down the first base line. Bowers picks it up on 2 hops. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's the inning. So Eric Wood leads off the frame with a walk, but Lawson gets out of it unscathed at the end of 7. It's Indianapolis 3, Durham 0. An absolute gem is in the books for Nick Kingham as the Indians make the Indiana 8-1-1 call to the pen. Edgar Santana summoned, and Kingham will hand him over a 3-0 lead as we go top 8. But Kingham, he was phenomenal Indians needed a great start, down 2-0 in the series, and boy did Kingham deliver. His final line of beauty, 7 shutout innings, only 4 hits allowed, the 3 walks deceptive because he didn't get many calls in those 3 walks on borderline pitches. He fanned 4, and Kingham did so on 95 pitches. Edgar takes over, his second appearance of the series. 8th inning we go. Coming back to the mic, here's Howard.
Thanks, Andrew, and Jake Hager will lead off. And Espinal and Ngope come in a bit. Hager, a right-hand batter. Santana delivers. Strike called over the inside corner belt high, 0-1. As Andrews said, a great job by Nick Kingham. The Indians have an excellent outfielder on the bench in Justin Maffei, available for defensive purposes. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. Indians with 3 in the third, and that has been it. Ortiz in center, shading to right center. Santana sets and delivers. High and inside, ball 1. Breaking ball. Johnny Field on deck. And again, Santana stretches and delivers. And a swing and a slowly hit ground ball wide of third, and Ngope cuts it off. Throws on to Espinal, 1 away. The Durham Bulls have not gotten their lead man aboard all night, and that's huge. You get that first out, and they've been shut out.
How about this, Howard? In the 7th inning, it was the first time they had a man aboard with less than 2 outs. It was a 1-out walk to Featherston, who ended up getting doubled off on that line drive hit to Eric Weiss.
Another tip of the cap to Nick Kingham and the great job he did tonight. Johnny Field, the batter, he's 0 for 3. Santana with his stretch. He delivers. High and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
Awfully hard to score when you're constantly batting with 2 outs and nobody aboard to start so-called rallies off.
And this is a good Durham ball club, and the fact that they haven't gotten their lead man aboard once in 8 innings, quite a tribute to the Indians pitching. And as Andrew said, almost all the time, it was 2 outs, nobody on. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on, ground ball hit hard, base hit center field. A sharp single to center for Johnny Field. And the batter will be Daniel Robertson, who is 0 for 3. 1 man on, 1 man out, top half of the 8th inning. Indians leading 3-0. They have 3 runs, 4 hits. Durham, no runs, 5 hits. Meanwhile, Scranton leads Lehigh Valley 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th in game 2 of that series. Iron Pigs leading 1-0. Here's a swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Strike 1, 0-1. Espinal holding. Field aboard. Santana to the belt. He delivers. Fastball grounded foul left side. Strike 2, 96 miles an hour. If the Indians win tonight and they're ahead 3-0 in the 8th inning, we'll be here tomorrow. Game 4, plenty of good tickets available. 7:05 start if they win tonight and tomorrow night. We'll be here Sunday afternoon, 1:35, Game 5. Plenty of good tickets for that one available as well. 0-2 pitch. Little bit high, and it was close. Ball 1. 1-2. Breaking ball. They have completed 6 innings. Scranton leading Lehigh Valley 4-2. Rail Riders got off to a 2-0 first inning lead. Here's Santana's stretch. Field leads away. And a throw over, not in time. Espinal holding him aboard. Infield double play depth. Outfielders around to the right. Field with a lengthy lead. Santana sets and pitches. Swung on, line softly. It'll be a base hit left center field. And runners are at first and second. As Field stops at second, and now Mr. Santana will have to contend with some tough hitters. Willie Adames, the batter, 1 for 3, a single, also grounded out and walked. And he'll represent the tying run before he comes to the plate. Stan Kiles heads to the mound. So a meeting at the mound. Kiles and Stallings and Santana all there. And they continue to talk. And now the plate umpire, Jeremy Rehack, gets out there. And the conversation breaks up. So with one out, back-to-back base hits for the Durham Bulls. Adames at the plate and Jake Bauers on deck. Infield double play depth. Outfielders around to the right. Here's Santana's stretch. Runners lead. He delivers. Swung on, fly ball, short center field. Ortiz comes racing in to make the catch, and there are 2 away. He hit it off the end of the bat, hit it softly to center, a mighty big out. And now Jake Bauers, 1 for 3, a single to right center, hit the home run last night and knocked in the other Durham run with a single. So he represents the tying run, left-hand batter. 2 men on and 2 men out, a big out there. Indians leading 3-0, top of the 8th. Santana stretches. Runners lead. And the pitch. Fastball low outside, ball 1, 1-0. Johnny Barbado begins warming up in the Tribe bullpen. And again, the runners lead first and second. Santana stretches, sets at the belt, and delivers. Strike called, knee-high fastball, 1-1. Right-hand batting, Patrick Leonard on deck. Fielded second, Robertson at first, lead away. Santana looks in at Stallings. Santana comes to the belt and to the plate. Swung on, fly ball, left center field. Feliz on the move. He makes the catch. Going back into his left, the left fielder caught up to it. And the side is retired. Nice play by Anderson Feliz. At the end of 7.5, the Indians 3, Durham 0. Bottom half of the 8th inning. The Indians ahead 3-0. Joey Terdoslavich leads off. He's walked, doubled in 2 runs. The big hit in the game, a 2-run double in the 3rd, and he scored the other run, and that's it, 3-0 Indians. And then he flied to left. Lawson delivers. Fouled off left side, out of play. Strike 1, 0-1. $8,222 on hand. Bottom of the 8th. Boy, the Indians got out of a tight spot in the top of the inning. Here's a low inside pitch, ball 1. 2 tough hitters, and Adames and Bauers coming up representing the tying runs after the back-to-back hits. The 1-1 delivery. High outside, ball 2, 2-1. And the right-hander's pitch. Low and inside, ball 3, 3-1. The right-hander again looks in, he winds and delivers. Ground ball foul to the right side, out in front, the count's full. Danny Ortiz waiting on deck. Indians leading 3-0. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball, base hit through the shift left field. Joey Turdoslavich singles. He just poked it that way. That's the way to stop a shift. And it's a leadoff hit, and Justin Maffei will come on to pinch run for him. So Justin will go out there in the outfield.
No, you and I speculated, what was it, 2.5 innings ago, Howard, that we thought Justin Maffei, if the Indians continued to lead, would be brought in this game for either Joey or Anderson Feliz. And since Joey did his job, got the hit, Maffei, a faster runner, better defender in the outfield, will run for him.
And in all likelihood staying in right field, although they could shift the defensive alignment. Here's Danny Ortiz. That's the 5th hit of the game for the Indians. Ortiz takes a fastball in for a strike. What the Indians did was bunch their hits. They had 3 in a row. And that's the big key in the game in the 3rd inning. That's their first hit since Joey Turdoslavich doubled in the 3rd. Runner going, Maffei on the move. The pitch hit foul, left side out of play. 0-2. Jay Baker, our board out tonight. Maffei at first, nobody out. Indians would like to add to a 3-0 lead. The right-hander stretches and delivers way outside. Good play by McHenry, leaping and grabbing it to prevent a wild pitch. Ball 1. 1-2. Lawson looks in. Here's the right-hander's stretch. He delivers. Way high again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're in the 7th inning in Allentown. Scranton leading Lehigh Valley 4-2. Here's the right-hander's stretch. Runner going. Pitch low and inside. There'll be no throw. McHenry had all he could do to keep the ball in front of him and block it. Stolen base for Maffei, who is at second base. So he's there with nobody out. The right-hander stretches, sets, and delivers. Ground ball hits slowly, first base side of the mound, and Maffei will go to third. Underhand toss by Lawson to first. He might have had a play on Maffei, but he didn't look that way. 1 away, so Maffei to third with 1 down. Good opportunity to get an insurance run. The batter, Jacob Stallings. Fly deep to left, sac fly to center, and grounded to shortstop. The infield's in, the pitch is inside, ball 1. The right-hander looks in. Maffei leads at third. The 1-0 delivery is a breaking ball in for a strike, 1-1. Scranton did not score top 7. Scranton 4, Lehigh Valley 2 after 6.5. Lawson again looks in. He stretches and delivers. A little bit low, and that's a ball. And now time is called. McHenry saying something. They're going to walk Stallings intentionally. They'll put him on. They'll put him on and pitch to Edwin Espinal, who's walked and struck out twice. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, trots out to the mound. Well, that's Jared Sandberger went out there. I beg your pardon, the manager. So Sandberg trots out there.
He's got a message for his entire infield, looks like. Everybody out there. Big spot in this game. I mean, we talked a little bit about it 2 innings ago, Howard, the difference between a 3-run game and a 4-run game, or dare I say even more than that if the Indians are able to try to get some space here in the 8th inning.
Yes, you'd like to get insurance from the Indians' perspective. They got all 3 runs in this game in the 3rd inning. That's it. Bottom of the 8th, Indians in a good position to add to their lead. Edwin Espinal, the batter. He's walked and struck out twice. Lawson, the 5th Durham pitcher. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 1. The pitch was outside, 0-1. And again, the runners lead 1st and 3rd. 0-1 delivery. Outside with a breaking ball, ball 1, 1-1.
For all of the emptying of Durham's bullpen, Lawson has not been sharp, but there's been no activity behind him. You wonder if he's the last man standing unless they rally.
The runners lead away. The 1-1 delivery is a little inside, ball 2. And the count is 2-1. Here's a swing and a foul, straight back out of play. Strike 2, 2-2. Cardinals 2, Pirates nothing after 4 1/2 in St. Louis. St. Louis still has playoff hopes. And they're 4 games above 500. Milwaukee hit the skids this week, being swept by the Reds. Throw over, not in time. Pirates won 4 in a row, now have dropped their last 2. And the runners again lead 1st and 3rd. The right-hander stretches and delivers. Swing and a foul at the plate. A fastball almost had it by him, and it holds 2-2. Anderson Feliz on deck. Indians leading 3-0, bottom of the 8th. 1 man out, runners 1st and 3rd. Lawson stretches and delivers. And it's inside, and that's ball 3. He was ahead of Espinal. He's now 3-2 on him. And again, the right-handers stretch. Stallings running, the pitch hit in the air, right side, foul and out of play, and it holds 3-2. And again, Lawson looks in. Runners lead away. The right-hander stretches. Stallings takes off. The pitch is lined on 2 hops to short. It's bobbled. They're not going to get anybody. Willie Adames bobbled it 3 times. A run scores. He was anxious with Stallings running to field it cleanly and flip to second quickly, and because of that, he bobbled it 3 times.
Yeah, the ball came up on him, and he still had a chance to at least get an out at second, but then he bobbled it again, then he kicked it. Everybody's safe. That's a big insurance run for the Tribe.
RBI, I think had he kept his cool and caught it, they could have turned the double play. RBI, E6, 4-0 Indians. Anderson Feliz takes low ball 1. Well, you can appreciate what Adames was trying to do, and he's a terrific young player. Just that he got a little over anxious because with the runner going, he still wanted to get the double play. So Maffei scores on the play. 4-0 Indians. Runners first and second, 1 man out. And an off-speed pitch is outside. That's a ball. Changeup missed. 2-0 on Anderson Feliz. Interesting defensive alignment. The right fielder Leonard, medium depth. The left and center fielders are shallow. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on line to left center. That's a base hit. Stallings rounding third, heading home. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time, offline. 5-0 Indians. Indianapolis. Eric Wood, the batter. Two runs are in, and the Indians have the insurance. Wood has flied out, struck out, and walked. And he hits it in the air to right center field. The right fielder's there. And Patrick Leonard has it. Runner at second, tagging, heading for third. Throw cut off. As Espinal makes it to third. 2 away. And the batter is Gift Ngope. So 2 runs in for the Indians. And Ngope's line to center, walked and grounded out. Brad McKinney now loosening up in the Tribe bullpen. Runners lead first and third, 2 men out. Barbado was up. Now it's McKinney. And Ngope hits it foul, right side out of play, strike 1. The Indians, with their backs to the wall, down 2-0, are ahead 5-0. Bottom of the 8th, they have, and here's a bunt attempt missed, a safety squeeze. Well, there are 2 outs. He's just bunting for a hit. And Ngope bunting for a hit with 2 outs. He doesn't bunt that often. Oh and 2. Five-0 Indians. Bottom of the 8th. The right-hander sets and delivers. High, ball 1. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Allentown. Scranton 4, Lehigh Valley 2. The series even at a game apiece. And again, the Lehigh Valley leading the series 1-0. Breaking ball outside and in the dirt, taking off and making it to second is Feliz on a wild pitch. The count 2-2. Lehigh Valley ahead in that series 1-0. Scranton trying to even it. Ahead 4-2, bottom of the 7th. They got rained out Wednesday. That series shifts to Scranton tomorrow. Time call. And again, the right-hander stretches and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. The inning is over. At the end of 8, the Indians 5, Durham nothing.
Changes for the Indians. They'll bring in a new pitcher. Indiana 8-1-1 call to the bullpen is right-hander Brett McKinney. Justin Maffei, who pinch ran for Joey Turdoslavich, replaces him in the outfield. He's in right. And the Indians are 3 outs away from forcing game number 4 of this Governor's Cup semifinals. They added 2 runs in the 8th, and they lead 5-0. McKinney in 40 appearances in the regular season was 3-1 with a 3.47 ERA.
And here we go to the 9th. Patrick Leonard will lead off for Durham. Bulls had a great opportunity. They were down 3, and they had back-to-back hits, 2 on, 1 out with Adames and Bowers coming up, but Mr. Santana got out of the jam, and the Indians add 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. It's now 5-0. McKinney delivers. Strike 1 call. In at the knees. 0-1. And again, the right-hander stretches. And the pitch is lined to right center field. Maffei on the move. He makes the catch. Justin Maffei, who pinch ran for Turdoslavich, stays in the game in right field. Nice running catch. 1 man out. Now Shane Peterson, the DH, who is 0 for 3. The right-hander stretches and delivers. Swung on, ground ball hit hard right to Espinal, and the first baseman takes it himself. 2 away. Two men out and no one on. The Indians an out away from winning game number 3. Taylor Featherston, the batter. He singled, flied out, and walked. Right-hand hitter. He got picked off second in a big play in the second inning by Nick Kingham, and then he got doubled off first on a line drive. Takes low, ball 1. 1-0. 2 outs and no one on in the top of the 9th. McKinney sets and pitches. A little bit low, ball 2. 2-0. Infielders straight up, outfielders around to the right, fairly shallow. 2-0 delivery. Low, ball 3. And the count is 3-0. And the right-hander stretches and delivers. Way inside, he issues a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs and nobody on. Michael McHenry is the batter. He's walked, flied out, and lined into a double play, lining one to second, and they doubled up Featherston. Espinal playing way behind the base runner. They will let Featherston take off if he so chooses. And he does. And the pitch is low and away, ball 1. That is defensive indifference. Stallings goes out. They go over the signs. One of the 2 runs in the 8th inning earned for the Indians. Official scorer Kim Rogers, longtime sports writer for the Indianapolis News and then the Indianapolis Star. McKinney delivers. Strike at the knees. McKendry, a right-hand batter. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. McKinney pitches. Swung on, ground ball, hit to the shortstop. Newman's got it. On to Espinal, and that's all. There will be a game number 4 tomorrow night at 7:05 as the Indianapolis Indians, down 2-0, defeat the Durham Bulls convincingly 5-0. What a job by Nick Kingham, giving the Indians 7 scoreless innings and notching the win. A scoreless 8th from Santana, a scoreless 9th from McKinney, and not once tonight did Durham get its lead man aboard. What a tribute to the Indian pitchers that Durham never got its lead man aboard. So the Indians victorious 5-0. And get your tickets immediately. Game number 5. Game number 4 tomorrow. Game 5 if necessary Sunday. Let's go to PA announcer David Pigman.
And now it's time for tonight's Toyota Play That Changed the Game. Check out IndyIndians.com all season long to see more plays that change the game, presented by your Central Indiana Toyota dealers.
The 0-1. Turdoslovic swings and skies it into deep right center field. Johnny Field on the run. Field looking up. That ball's off the wall. Newman will score. They're going to wave around Eric Weiss. Relay throw won't be made. It's a 2-run double, and the Indians have their first lead of the series.
It's time for a few words from our star of the game. Standing by in front of the Indians dugout is Andrew Gatorade Magnet Kappas.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. David Pigman. There will be a Game 4 tomorrow night, 7:05 here at Victory Field. A big reason why is this man to my left, tonight's star of the game, Joey Turdoslovic. Joey, you were getting a lot of first pitch and really just early count breaking balls. What were you looking for there when you drove in those 2 runs in the 3rd inning?
I was just looking for a pitch up in the zone, just trying to get 1 run in, and he hugged me a changeup, and I put a good swing on it, and good thing it went in the gap.
Well, after a couple of rough nights in Durham, how big was it to get what we got tonight from Nick Kingham? He was phenomenal.
Yeah, he did a great job. He pounded the zone. He stayed after him. He attacked, and he did a heck of a job.
You look at this crowd, it wasn't the largest crowd in numbers this season, just under 9,000, but probably the loudest. How big would it be here tomorrow night, Game 4, trying to level the series, force a Game 5 to have all these people back in the stands?
It'd be awesome. The support tonight all year has been awesome, so hopefully we can get as many people out here as we can for tomorrow.
That's Joey Turdoslovic, a big reason why there will be game number 4. We're not done here tonight, though. We got a fireworks show coming up. Time to send it back upstairs.
Okay, thanks, Andrew, and thanks, Joey, and thanks for watching the Indianapolis Indians on Comcast. Indians postgame extra next. I'm Howard Kellman with Andrew Kappas.